Oh my God, I got to tell you this. I put my fucking whole foot in my mouth talking to this guy. It was a nightmare, bro. I'm talking to this guy. He's black. We're talking to each other. We're having a great little conversation. And they were talking about the show that I went to. And then someone was like, oh, yeah, like, what was your catchphrase on that joke about in Spain? And I was like, Daddy's back. And they're like, yeah, that was so funny. And then the guy wasn't at the show. So he was like, oh, what are you guys talking about? And I was like, I'm not going to do the whole joke, but, like, there's a joke I do. The punchline is Daddy's back. That's all we were talking about. And he's like, oh, like, what's the joke? I was like, dude, like, it's so out of context to do this to you right now. Like, we just met. I'm not going to tell you how I relapsed in Spain. That's not where we're taking this conversation. I just met you. And he's like, so then there was like a lull in the conversation. He goes, oh, well, like Daddy's Back reminds me of that like R&B song, Daddy's Back. You remember that? And he started singing it and he started dancing a little bit. And I was like, no, but dude, that reminds me of, Usher's, the song Daddy's Home. Daddy's Home. That Usher song, you know that song?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you just made me think of Usher. You looked like Usher when you were doing the dance. And he goes, I don't look like Usher. And I was like, that's not what I meant, man. I was like, you were doing a dance move. Now I just met this guy, and I was like, yeah, all black people look like Usher. And I was like, that's not what the fuck I was saying, dude. I'm sorry.
No, you know what? Fuck that guy. No,
that was my feeling too. And then I immediately took the cop
fair.
out because I was high, and Emily brought all of her coworkers to the bar after an improv show that I had, and they were all hanging out.
What Emily's coworkers?
And I go, last time I smoke weed before I hang out with any of my wife's coworkers, and then the guy laughed after that. I was like, dude, I'm fucking high. I don't know what's going on.
That's so dumb, dude. Everybody
but I also
run into tells me stories about some fucking guinea that did something who reminded me of them. Like, everybody sees an Italian guy, like, yo, I saw this Italian guy cross the street today. I'm like, oh, yeah, fucking, who cares? I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I know, I'm Italian, whatever. No surprise. Like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, we actually boysed out, though. Me and the dude, we had a great...
He doesn't sound like a boys out guy. He sounds soft.
No, we boysed out by the end. Because then he he was
that's just unfair to do to you.
I think he actually was in the I think he was like a Navy guy, so he was a little like tight knit. And then once we started talking, I was like, yeah, like I'm a comic. And then he realized like everything I was saying, like I was joking. You know what I mean? So like, and he was kind of tight laced a little bit at first, and he was like taking everything I was saying like at face value, and I was like, these are all jokes, dude. Yeah. And then by the end, he caught on. I had the guy cracking up, so I was like, we just had to learn each other.
Yeah, you just had to feel around for the boundaries.
Yeah.
Feel the vibe.
Yeah,
ride it out.
Yeah.
Uncomfy for you.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That is a foot in the mouth.
It was a foot in the mouth.
That's a foot in the mouth.
I'll take the blame on that.
I feel like as
soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, fuck me.